Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Yes. I actually have been trying to make some different calculations because, as you know, I like the numbers, you know, so I have been looking into different possibilities of making cuts.
Before we go on, I think it would be a very good idea to make sure that we work extremely goal-oriented in this, and I think having a chairman for this would be a very good idea, so that we make sure that everything is handled properly.
Perhaps we should just start off by introducing ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Jane, and I am a production and quality director.
Yes, I'm John, and I come from finance and administration.
So that's why we like the numbers.
Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah, and I'm Fred, and I'm sales.
I'm Fred in sales.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did try to make a few calculations to see where could we make some cuts and so on without having that much of an impact on our people, because I think that's important. We have a very good workforce in our company.
We have, not based on my information. As far as I'm seeing, there are quite a lot of problems with the people in the organization.
In sales department?
Not in sales, no, not at all. That would be in production. Oh, that's
yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but my employees, they are doing a very hard and very good job. So that
right.
must be some other production unit.
Yeah.
But yes, you were saying.
Should I continue with my numbers? Because we have some possibilities of maybe closing down some of our production lines in bed and furniture, because the production side is really too far away from where we're going to sell our products. So we could actually save some money and actually improve our profit margins by doing that.
Okay.
But then of course we have the problems with the employees. I don't think we just should lay them off, because they have a very good...
Well, if you read the letter from Fred, I don't know if you have that, the letter from Frederick Clark, it says, first of all, 4.5% reduction, and it states very clearly that it's about operational and personnel costs. And I would totally agree on that, because from what I've seen here, the new market is hygiene and hygiene applications, and bedding and furniture is totally out. So screw those people and focus on hygiene applications. That's what's important here.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't look that black and white on things, because bed and furniture, that's an important business for us.
It is.
We have been there for many years and so on. It might be that tomorrow's market is the hygiene market. I wouldn't tend to agree on that point, but there is still a long way to go.
But you see, the problem is, and I'm from sales, so I know the market, and I happen to know that the loss will approximately be 2.2 million this year, and that's not just
how do you get to that number?
Perhaps.
Could you?
That's based on my information here and my knowledge of the market. So that's.
But it's an interesting figure, of course. But could you just be a little bit more specific on that?
Perhaps before we get more specific, we should just do like a sum up of our situations, because I can hear from the discussion here that we all have different informations.
No, I don't think we have, because it's very, very simple. We could save 26 million by closing the bedding and furniture lines, and 175 blue-collar workers on those 5 or so, I don't know, product lines, and get rid of that and focus on hygiene applications. So there you have your savings. That's done.
Perhaps that's
but maybe I think it was a good idea, Jane, that let's have a look at what is really the situation and where are we right now before we go into conclusion mode.
Because I definitely don't think it's simple to run a business of this size, and perhaps we need to just know the figures and know the status quo before we can move on to any hasty conclusions upon this matter. So perhaps if we should start by just summing up what is the budget like for next year, and
I think
Right.
and then take it on
Yeah.
from there.
sounds like a good idea.
Which is
Now. But as I mentioned earlier, that on my budget I also have actually hiring 2 temporary workers because of last year's problems with ending the year and so on. I decided that we might need an extra workforce to help us close.
There's no money for that.
Yeah,
Perhaps actually
I put
we
in,
should
in the budget.
try and make an overview of what we have so far.
Yeah, could be a good idea.
Okay. I could just. You said with
Yeah, 2 temporary assistants to close the year, and I have budgeted with 12,000 euros.
But wouldn't this be a situation where you could say, okay, I accept that we have to work harder, and we're not hiring any temps this year? That would be an easy way of saving some money.
Yeah, I of course appreciate that way of view of seeing it and so on, but on the other hand, you might be able to remember last year we had a lot of problems ending the year, and at that time we actually decided that we need to put more actually manpower into finishing.
But though, yeah, well, that's okay. But seen from a strategic point, sales are always more important than controlling and making sure that the. So I would say that if we have to take some decisions around this, all the money should be spent on securing our future, not our past. So I would find it a lot more important to put some money into investments around, for instance, things that would boost our sales.
Yeah, I agree with you. The sales are really an important part of our business for sure. So I really appreciate
I think
it.
perhaps what we could do is to move this investment, because that we have to make the cost cuts right now. Perhaps if you say 2 years ahead, and we can see how it develops from there. So it's this unfortunate situation that you're in, and we should perhaps move around some of our other resources in finance, so that we can meet the delivery time of the budgets.
Yeah, it's of course one of the bottoms we have.
Yeah.
But I think maybe you should have the overview first before we make
Yeah.
decisions. Which one to do.
Yeah, we don't have much time, so we can't go a lot into details with all these
No.
things.
So the next point you have?
But seen from my perspective, the next important point would be that we should invest in hygiene applications. And one of the things that needs to be focused on is making sure that our senior purchasers are really up to this and focus on it. So one of the things we've been talking about in sales and marketing is to do a major event to motivate them and inform them around this. And it's very small money we're talking about here. It's 3,500 per participant in such a kick-off event.
So how much would that amount to in total?
Well, for 20 to 40, how much would that be? Let's say 40 senior purchasers and 3,500 per participant. That's not a lot. So it
But I think it's important to get the correct facts on the table.
Yeah, and that's 140,000 euros.
As an investment, you say.
Yeah.
And you say that will really.
that would
our sales.
totally secure our sales within the new hygiene applications.
But
I'm sure.
where is the sales forecast for that assumption? Because to me it's just an assumption. Can I have the figures for that sales forecast?
And the final?
Well, did we get the numbers around the turnover in hygiene applications?
No.
Because that would be 1.8 million.
1.8 million.
Yes, as a plus, and you said how much was it in? It was 1.65 in expenditures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's for the same hygiene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it here. 1.6.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the correct number is 1.655.
1.6.
Okay.
Okay. So, are everyone pleased with what numbers we have on the board now, or are there any additional numbers? I put the hygiene expenditure.
I just want to make sure that this also included the 3-day incentive trip to Marrakesh, because I think that's very important. For
Yeah, I like your view on motivating your employees and so on. I think that's a really nice way of thinking about it. But I still missed I don't understand your business case on it. I have to say, I need some more numbers to not to that one.
yeah,
I think we have a hard financial guy here who's
Yeah,
just
I really
taking the company's interests at hand. But of course, if perhaps we could compromise on the employee, perhaps there would be some place in Europe where it would be also
okay. Well,
beneficial to go.
yeah. Well, all right. Point taken. I don't like it, but that's okay.
No, but I'm open to your suggestions. But of course, the numbers, then I'm happy.
Yeah, but you know, the numbers are probably somewhere, but I don't have it. So
Okay.
no.
So to sum up, the strategic overview is that we will go into hygiene, because that's a strong way to set our markets right now, and cut down on the betting, even though it has been our hard case and what we built the company on. We'll just need to explain it to the employees why we've taken this big decision, so that they're on board and are still motivated to be here, and don't feel like all work that they've put into this company during the past years has been a waste.
Yeah. And what I like about that decision is that we can actually use the staff in the new hygiene market, and so we can actually maybe set